Have you ever wondered why so many older adults wake up at 3 a.m. and can't fall back asleep? It's a strange, frustrating feeling. Lying in the stillness of the night, staring at the ceiling and asking, why is this happening to me? The truth is, this is a lot more common than most people realize, and it's not just an effect of getting older. In this video, we're going to explore 5 surprising reasons why older adults tend to wake up around 3 a.m. and what your body might be trying to tell you during those early morning wake-ups. Each reason reveals something much deeper about your body, your health, and the changes you're experiencing. By the end of this video, you'll understand more about your sleep than you ever thought possible. We'll dive into real scientific reasons, changes in hormones, sleep cycles, and even emotional factors that affect your sleep, but you might not even know. Stick with us to learn about the hidden rhythms of your body as you age. One of the most common reasons older adults wake up around 3 a.m., a time when the house is silent and the world feels still, is the gradual decline in melatonin production that happens with age. Melatonin, the hormone that governs our sleep-wake cycle, also known as our internal clock, is essential for helping us fall asleep and stay asleep throughout the night. In your younger years, your body produced a steady flow of melatonin, allowing you to drift off to sleep easily and remain in a deep, uninterrupted slumber for hours. But as you age, melatonin production naturally decreases. This decline in melatonin can disrupt your sleep, often leading to waking up earlier than expected, such as around 2 a.m., 3 a.m., or even 4 a.m. When the melatonin supply dips too low, it can no longer keep you in a restful, deep sleep state. This leads to waking up in the early morning hours, often without any external trigger like a loud noise or bad dream. Just your brain shifting back into wakefulness. It's important to remember that this isn't a sign of something being wrong with your body, nor does it mean your body is failing. It's simply a natural part of the aging process. Your internal chemistry is changing, and while this may feel frustrating, it's completely normal. What's more, certain environmental factors in the bedroom can exacerbate this effect. Even small amounts of light, like a street lamp outside your window, a blinking alarm clock or light peeking under the door, can disrupt melatonin production even further, making it even harder to stay asleep. Understanding this process can help you avoid unnecessary stress. You may also consider adjusting your environment. Dimming lights in your bedroom, using blackout curtains, and reducing screen time before bed. To support better sleep quality. Reason 1. Reduced melatonin production. Have you ever found yourself waking up in the middle of the night, maybe around 3 a.m., and then struggling to get back to sleep? You're not alone. One of the main reasons this happens as we get older is because our melatonin levels, the hormone that helps us fall asleep, start to drop naturally with age. When we're younger, our bodies produce a steady stream of melatonin, and that helps us fall asleep easily and stay asleep through the night. But as we age, melatonin production slows down. It's actually completely normal, but it can make it harder for us to stay in that deep, restful sleep we used to enjoy. This is why many older adults find themselves waking up at odd hours, like 2 a.m. or 3 a.m., with no clear reason other than their body's internal clock shifting. It's not just a random change, either. Studies show that as we get older, our bodies produce less melatonin, which can mess with our sleep cycle. But here's the good news. There are things you can do to manage this. What you can do: consider melatonin supplements. If you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m. regularly, melatonin supplements might help. A small dose taken before bed could help your body stay in sleep mode longer. But always check with your doctor first to see what's right for you. Create a sleep-friendly environment. Melatonin can be easily disrupted by light, so consider making your bedroom darker. Blackout curtains can work wonders. The darker your room, the better your melatonin levels can do their job. Limit screen time. That late-night scroll through your phone or TV might be keeping you awake longer than you realize. Try reducing screen time at least an hour before bed. Instead, you could try reading or doing some gentle stretching. Your body and mind will thank you. So if you're waking up at odd hours, don't worry. It's a natural part of aging. But by making small changes to your routine, you can help manage it and improve your sleep quality. Reason 2, shifted sleep cycle and advanced sleep phase. As we get older, many people find themselves waking up earlier than expected, often around 3 a.m. This is actually a natural change in your body's internal clock, something called advanced sleep phase. When we're younger, our circadian rhythms, or the body's natural sleep-wake cycle, tend to keep us up later and get us up later. We usually go to bed around 10, 0 or 11 p.m. and wake up with the sun. But as we age, our body starts shifting its internal rhythm, meaning we may start feeling sleepy earlier in the evening, say around 8:30 or 9 p.m., and then wake up earlier, usually between 2 and 4 a.m. This might feel frustrating, especially if you've always been a night owl, but it's completely normal as you age. Your internal clock is just adjusting. The body naturally begins winding down earlier, making it easier to fall asleep earlier, but it also means you may wake up earlier too. This change in sleep pattern is not a sign of anything wrong with your health. It's just the way your body adapts to aging. However, it's important to remember that these changes don't have to be an inconvenience. Embrace the shift. If you wake up early and feel like you've had enough rest, there's no harm in starting your day earlier. It might feel unnatural at first, but it can actually be your body working with its new rhythm, not against it. If you're waking up earlier than you'd like, there are things you can do to make it easier on yourself. Start by embracing your new schedule. You can begin winding down earlier, dimming the lights in your home to signal to your body that it's time to prepare for rest. Creating a relaxing environment before bed, like a warm bath, reading, or listening to soothing music, can help support your body's new sleep rhythm. Getting morning sunlight is another powerful way to support your new sleep-wake cycle. Sunlight helps reset your body's internal clock and reinforces wakefulness in the morning, making it easier to wake up at the right time and feel energized throughout the day. So take a morning walk or spend some time outdoors to boost your energy levels and realign with your body's natural rhythm. The more you adjust to this new cycle, the more you might start feeling in sync with your new sleep pattern, making it easier to get the rest you need. Reason 3, physical discomfort and health-related interruptions. As we age, our bodies naturally become more sensitive to discomfort, and this can significantly affect our sleep. You may not notice the discomfort during the day, when you're active and moving around. But when you lie down at night, all of those little aches and pains can become much more noticeable. Chronic conditions like arthritis, acid reflux, or even the simple need to use the bathroom more frequently can cause those inconvenient 3 a.m. wake-ups. Take arthritis, for example. During the day, when you're walking or moving around, joint pain might not be as noticeable. But at night, when you're lying still, the discomfort can seem amplified, especially if you stay in one position for a while. Similarly, acid reflux is another common culprit. If you eat too close to bedtime or lie down too quickly after eating, the stomach acids can rise, causing that burning sensation that interrupts your sleep. Another common reason older adults wake up at 3 a.m. is the need to use the bathroom. As we age, our bladder becomes less elastic, and we can't hold urine for as long as we could when we were younger. What may seem like a minor inconvenience during the day becomes hard to ignore in the quiet of the night. Once you get up and use the bathroom, you might find it difficult to fall back asleep right away, leaving you tossing and turning, staring at the ceiling, frustrated and wide awake. And don't forget that medications you take for health conditions, like heart disease, pain management, or high blood pressure, can have side effects that mess with your sleep too. Some medications make you need to urinate more frequently, change your body temperature, or make you more sensitive to light and sound, all of which can make it harder to sleep through the night. While waking up at 3 a.m. may seem like a nuisance, it can actually be your body trying to signal that it needs attention. If you're dealing with discomfort or health issues, those early morning wake-ups can provide an opportunity to assess what might need to change. For example, if joint pain is keeping you awake, try adjusting your sleep position or using extra pillows to relieve pressure points. If you suffer from acid reflux, try eating dinner earlier in the day and avoid lying down immediately after eating. Keeping your head slightly elevated while sleeping could help too. For frequent bathroom trips, You might try reducing fluid intake an hour or two before bed to minimize those late-night trips. And if you're on medications that seem to be affecting your sleep, don't hesitate to talk to your doctor about possible adjustments. Even small changes to your daily routine can help make those early morning wake-ups less frequent and more manageable. By addressing the discomfort or health issues that might be disrupting your sleep, you can improve both your rest and your overall quality of life. Reason 4. The impact of daily habits on your sleep cycle. Sometimes, waking up at 3 a.m. has less to do with your body changing and more to do with how your daily habits have shifted. As we age, our routines naturally change. After retirement, for example, there's less structure to the day. Meals happen earlier, evenings are quieter, and the lack of social or work-related activities means we're often not as physically or mentally stimulated as we used to be. This lack of structure can shift your circadian rhythm, which is your body's natural internal clock. When you no longer have external cues like work meetings or social events to regulate when you sleep or wake up, your internal rhythm tends to advance. This means that your body starts winding down earlier, and you might find yourself going to bed at 9 p.m. and waking up at 3 a.m. without realizing why. It's easy to feel frustrated by this, but the good news is that you can reset your sleep cycle without drastic changes. Start by making small tweaks to your evening routine. A calming activity, such as reading a book or practicing light stretching, can signal to your body that it's time to wind down. Try to create an environment conducive to rest. Dim the lights, reduce noise, and avoid using screens, phones, or TVs before bed. This gives your body the right cues to produce melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep and stay asleep longer. Another helpful tip is adjusting your meal timing. While eating earlier in the day can be great for your digestion, having a light pre-bedtime snack, such as a small handful of nuts or a slice of avocado, can prevent a drop in blood sugar that may cause you to wake up in the middle of the night. And don't forget the power of natural light. Getting outside for even a short walk in the morning helps set your body's internal clock and supports a more balanced sleep cycle. Reason 5. Emotional and mental restlessness. Waking up at 3 a.m. isn't always just about physical discomfort. It can also stem from emotional or mental restlessness. As we age, the pace of life slows down. We have fewer distractions, fewer tasks to focus on, and less social interaction, which means our minds often turn inward. The quiet of the night can bring unresolved feelings, memories, and worries to the surface. This can be especially true if you've gone through significant life changes, like losing a spouse or friends, or even dealing with more frequent periods of loneliness. When you're awake at 3 a.m., your mind might start reflecting on those memories or concerns. Maybe it's thoughts about things you never said, regrets from the past, or feelings of isolation that creep in. These are all normal, but they can disrupt your ability to fall back asleep. So, how can you ease your mind and get some rest? One method is to acknowledge your feelings without judgment. Rather than trying to suppress them, let yourself feel what's coming up. Consider keeping a journal by your bedside, so if you wake up feeling restless, you can write down your thoughts and worries. This can be an effective way to release the tension and clear your mind. Another tip is to practice deep breathing exercises or meditation. Techniques like the 4-7-8 breathing method can help calm your nervous system and guide your mind back into relaxation. Listening to calming music or an audio meditation can also help provide comfort and ease your thoughts. And if loneliness is the issue, think about reaching out to someone before bed. A quick phone call to a friend or family member, even if it's just a brief chat, can provide a sense of connection. It can also help reassure your mind that you're not alone during those quiet, lonely hours. Recognizing that emotional restlessness is a natural part of aging can help reduce any anxiety about it. Sometimes, the best solution isn't to fight it, but to gently address the emotional needs that come with it, and give yourself permission to process and release those thoughts before you drift back into sleep. As we wrap up today's discussion on the early morning wake-ups, take a moment to think about how this might apply to your own sleep patterns. Were you surprised by any of the reasons we discussed? From shifts in your internal clock to underlying health factors, Understanding why you wake up in the middle of the night can offer a powerful new perspective. Remember, these early morning wake-ups are not a sign that something is broken in your body. Instead, they are signs of your body still working, adapting, responding, and adjusting to the changes in your life. The more you understand these shifts, the more empowered you become to care for yourself better at night, embracing rest instead of fighting it. Rather than seeing these wake-ups as an inconvenience, view them as gentle reminders from your body, nudging you to pay closer attention to your own rhythms and needs. With this awareness, you can make small yet impactful changes that help you sleep better, live more comfortably, and reconnect with yourself. If any of these reasons for waking up at 3 a.m. resonated with you, take a deep breath and know that you're not alone. Aging is not a process of loss, it's an ongoing evolution. And with that evolution comes the opportunity to rest better, care for your body more intentionally, and meet each new day with a little more peace. Let us know in the comments below what insights you gained from today's video and how it might affect your nightly routine. Your experiences matter, and sharing them helps create a space where we all support each other. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. Your support fuels our efforts to keep bringing you helpful content. We appreciate you watching, and we look forward to connecting with you in the next video.